Hey guys, welcome to your 14th CurOpt mod menu based scripting tutorial. Now in this tutorial we're just going to be adding in some basic mods into our mod menu. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to create the actual functions for the mod menus, or for the actual mods within your menus. So I've already got mine copied because I've already written this out, so I'm just going to paste over it. But yeah, just go ahead and set it up. So for example, now I have a fun menu, which is submenu and the ID of 3, and then in that, and all I've got is God mode, health counter, both of which the functions are do God and do health counter. And then I've also got do zombie counter for our zombie counter in our admin menu. So first of all, then we're going to want to actually create our functions for the actual mods. So let's create them. So what we do is do God, do health counter, and do zombie counter. Okay, now the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to set up God mode. So we're going to want to make it end on death, and yes, it is God mode, so you can't necessarily die, but you can if you have a function within your menu to suicide a player, for example, just to get rid of God mode if you get stuck with it or whatever. But this is going to be a toggleable God mode, so you can toggle it on or off. So now we're going to want to create the actual toggling part. So let's put if is defined, so if this isn't the first time that they're running, basically, self dot, let's just put dot mod God mode on, then if self dot mod God mode on equals true. You don't actually need that bit, like, you can just leave it at that, but I just like to put that because I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, so if it's on, then we're just going to set it to false, so set it to not on, and we're going to disable the invulnerability, so self disable invulnerability. You're going to want to make sure that you spell that right. But if it isn't already on, and actually also going to want to self notify stop God mode, and make this end on stop God mode, so like completely stops it. And then, so if it's not already on, then self dot mod God mode on equals true, so turn it on, and self enable invulnerability. And is that even right? I think it is. And then that's it for that. And if it's not already defined, then that means that we haven't run it yet, so the default is false. So we're just going to turn it on. So set that to true, and self enable invulnerability. Right, so once you've got that, then we're going to want to actually, yeah. And then also just going to want to put a for loop, make it wait 0.1 second in between each loop to actually make it loop properly. Now we're just going to want to check that God mode is actually on, so if self.mod God mode on, like I said earlier, you can put equals true, however you don't have to, since I've already put it there, I'm just going to leave it there. And then, so if it is on, then max health equals 99999, and if self.health, so if your current health is less than max health, then self.health equals max health. So hopefully you should now understand exactly what that does, and we're just going to go ahead and test it out just to make sure that it does actually work. So we're just going to load up the mod. Actually, while that's loading, we're going to also start working on the next one. So the next one that we're going to do is the zombie counter, because it's got the least amount of code. So basically we're just going to put, actually, you know what, we might as well just wait for this. Right, so if we go into fun menu, then we have our God mode. So turn that on, try and kill ourselves, and we don't even get damaged. And then if we go back onto it and turn it off, hopefully we should get damaged, and it should actually kill us. Okay, well, we get damaged anyway, so yeah, that's alright. So the next thing that we're going to do is the zombie counter. Now it's pretty easy because it's already got a built-in array for the zombies. So we just kind of want to make it end on death because it's going to be a loop. And then we're just going to put it in a for loop. Wait 0.1 second in between each. And now we're just going to put, well, first of all, let's create a new variable. So let's just put total zombies and set that equal to get AI array axis, so aka enemies, aka zombies, dot size, so the total number of the current zombies. Then ply equals get players, so get the current players in the current game session. Then we're creating another for loop, so for I equals 0, I is less than ply dot size, so the total players in the game, I plus plus. Now we're going to create the actual text, so let's just call it total zom text equals create font string objective for the font, 1.5 for the font size, and pyi for the player. Total zom text set point, so let's just put it in center minus 100 minus 100. It's going to be left bottom somewhere, I believe. And then finally total zom text set text zombies plus total zombies. Now we're going to make it thread a function to destroy it, so self thread destroy zom text total zom text, and we'll create that in a second. And then after it's waited, then it's going to notify it to update it. So we'll just put destroy zom text notify. Okay, so that should be working. Now what we need to do is just create the function, so let's just create that here. Just put power1 for the input, which is going to be total zom text, which is the actual text. And then I'm going to put self wait till that, and then power1 destroy. So it's going to destroy the text and rewrite it every time. So it's basically just getting the latest amount of zombies and the latest total players, and then just telling each player in the game the total amount of zombies left. So let's just go ahead and test that out now. And if we go ahead and press melee, admin menu, enable zombie counter, and you can see it currently says zombies 0, and now it's 1, so now there's currently 1 zombie spawned, now 2, and if we just throw a grenade over there, it should go down. So 3, 4 have spawned, and that was a failed grenade. I reckon that's also a failed grenade. Okay, so you can see that just killed both of those, and the total zombie count has now gone down to 2. So that's working alright. So the final thing left to do is to do the health counter. Now, there are going to be quite a few mods that you don't know the scripting to off by heart. So you can go ahead and Google, just for example, just Google WaW mod menu scripts, and you'll find forum threads like this which contain a load of different scripts in them for you to just basically copy and paste and put it straight into your menu. Now obviously some of these won't work because it's just basically random people putting them on the internet, and most of them will require some changing for them to actually work in your menu, so you kind of do have to know what you're doing. But just for example, let's just for example choose one that'll probably be pretty easy. Let's just go with color changing crosshairs. So you can see that it says the code for this is basically just changing the color of crosshair, which is equal to a new client HD element for itself. So basically all you do is just copy all of that script and then paste it into your menu, and then just link it from your actual menu like functions. So that is pretty easy. Like I said, some of them won't work, and most of them you'll have to change a little bit for. So anyway, so the next one that we're going to do is do health counter, and to do that all we're going to do is we're also going to make it end on death as well. and let's just go ahead and put 4, so it's a constant loop, 8.1 seconds in between each loop. Now we'll just let's create a new variable, so let's call it count equals self.health, and then let's just create a new text, so let's just call it text equals create font string, objective for the font, 1.5 for the font size, self for the player, text set point, let's just set it to center, minus 100, minus 200, so it should just, actually, minus 150, so it should just be below the zombie counter. Text, set text, total health, plus count. And then we just need to update it, so self thread destroy health counter, text, and then after that we're going to notify it, so self notify destroy counter health. Now we'll just create that, so destroy, can't be asked to type it out, power 1, wait till that's notified, so self, or wait till, and then power 1 destroy. So that is pretty easy. You can actually make it so it creates a rectangle by using the same function, create rectangle, that we used for our background and shaders, which I actually might show you how to do now. I don't know, we'll see how good this looks first. Alright, so just go ahead and reload your mod, and then load up the map, and that's actually crashed, so that isn't good. So I've got bad syntax, so got that matches that matches that, got semicolons on the end of all our lines, just checking for any typos. Not actually sure why that, oh, missed out semicolon there. Right, so reload it again. And hopefully now it should work. So, fun menu, health counter, and yeah, you can see total health 100, and if we just damage ourselves without killing ourselves, then you can see total health has now gone down to 4, then it will regenerate after a bit of time. Yeah, there you go, you see it's working. So that's pretty much how to add in basic mods into your menu. Well, I say basic, it's pretty much how to add in mods into your menu, whether they're one line of code or hundreds. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, I just want to check something else first before I end the video. So, in button listen, we've got, actually, you know what? Let's try and fix the problem of when you go into a menu, or is it when you come out of a menu? Hang on, let me just quickly check. So you go into a menu, and then it doesn't defaultly select the first option. So that's on the option selected. So let's just go ahead and check. So if level.func, that, right, so right, we can just add in another one here. So if is defined, well, you basically just want to copy this. So let's just copy that. So if the function for the current menu, or the current option that you've just clicked on, equals submenu, is it submenu? It is, isn't it? Yeah, equals submenu. Then we're going to want to simply set self.CurOpt equals 1. Hopefully that should work. Let's just put that before that, and hopefully that should work. There's one thing I'm not sure about though, and that's the fact that it's just submenu. It shouldn't be a string, but I'm not actually sure what it should be, so okay, alright. Uninitialized variable submenu. So let's try putting it in. Oh, it isn't, hang on. Well, let's just try that. Hopefully it should work. I don't think it would have worked though, so let's just try it. Oh, hang on, I think it actually might have worked. Okay. Oh, what? Hang on. No, all of the menus are going onto that, aren't they? Equals submenu, so I'll put CurOpt equals 1. Right, let's take this out of here. Put this in here. Get rid of is defined, because we don't need that. And hopefully that should now work. Right, yeah. This is a pretty long video, by the way. Sorry about that. But hopefully I should be able to end it after this, because hopefully it should work, so... Why is it going back to player options all the time? I don't get that. Oh, wow, I'm a fail. Right, hang on, I know what's happened. Right, it's because once you click it, then it's checking if the function is equal to submenu, and if it is, then it's setting the current option to 1, which it is, and then it's threading it. So it's actually setting the current option to 1, which is player menu, and then it's threading it. So we actually want to put that. Where do we want to put that? I want to put it. We want to put. Hang on. I actually don't know. It's a bit confusing. If it's defined level inputs, they're the inputs. Right, hang on. Yes, we want to put it after here. So let's do that, and then copy this, surround this with brackets, and wow, really? And put that just there. Hopefully now that should actually work. Yeah, so the reason that wasn't working was because we were checking if the function for the current option in the current menu was equal to submenu, and if it was, and it was setting the current option to 1 and then threading the menu, whereas we want to thread the menu and then set the option to 1. So hopefully, okay, yeah, so that's working now. So as you can see, whenever you go into a menu, then you can see it now sets the current option back down to 1. So you don't have to mess around trying to get the shader and the current option back down to 1. So that's working. That took about 5 minutes by itself, but at least it's working now. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to support the series by leaving a like and things, and also leave a comment about what you want in the next video, because other than this I didn't have anything else to make for the video, other than actually like putting the patch onto your Xbox or PS3 or whatever, which I actually kind of can't do at the moment because I don't have any disks to put it onto my Xbox, because you can't use a JTAG, and my jailbroken PS3 is a bit broken, so I can't actually show it how you would do it. So in terms of like proper scripting, what sort of things do you actually want to see in the menu? So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.